According to some estimates, there could be anywhere up to 20,000 aircraft in the air at any given time, carrying at least 1 million passengers. While steered in the air by professionally trained flight crew, at any given time there is also an intricate systems of communication guiding pilots from controllers on the ground, which, while there is modern navigation equipment such as GPS on aircraft, ultimately radio communications are used between aircraft and controllers to guide planes around each other both on the ground and in the air. Similar to a big group chat, aircraft are often identified by their call sign to help differentiate them between each other. In the Asia Pacific, there are some airline call signs that are very straightforward with the airline's name, though there are also some that do catch the attention of anyone who are listening on both the radio from the controllers, along with aviation enthusiasts alike. Call signs are often commonly used in other forms of communication, but in regards to the aviation industry, especially amongst the airlines, along with general aviation, the standards are set by the International Civil Aviation Organization, and below that, usually the aviation regulator of the respective country. For general aviation and ground traffic at airports, it's often the registration marks, usually the tail numbers, that are often used for the call signs of an aircraft. Military aircraft will often use a mission-specific call sign, and depending on the mission, could often have multiple used for a specific flight. For both military and civilian usage, ground facilities such as air traffic control towers often refer to the location and purpose of the facility. For commercial airlines, they often have a telephonic call sign first with the designator of the airline, along with a specific flight number. For a new airline, they often make the request to the International Civil Aviation Organization along with their local aviation regulator. So for example, if I wanted to start an airline named Cool Airlines in the United States and I wanted to use the call sign for the flights with Cool, I would make the request to both ICAO and the FAA. Based on the request, both organizations can approve or deny the request, giving a reason such as it might be too similar to another airline's call sign, and this is to prevent confusion in the skies. For the most part, airlines will often use the name of their airline to identify their flights in the sky. So for example, United Airlines simply has United, Emirates for Emirates, Singapore for Singapore Airlines, and Japan Air for Japan Airlines. So far pretty straightforward, but it gets interesting with some airlines that catch attention of ground controllers and those listening on radio alike, with call signs that are differing from the names of the airline, and the prime example of this is Speedbird for British Airways flights, which is a historical nod to the use of the supersonic Concorde in the 1970s to the 2000s. Another fun example is South African Airways, whose call sign Springbok is named after the antelope gazelle native in the southern parts of Africa. If you also look at airlines in the past that are no longer operating today, you will also see some interesting airline call signs such as Pan Am's Clipper, which referred to the historical use of the Clipper flying boats. And before becoming a part of American Airlines, Cactus was the call sign of US Airways, which it inherited after its merger with American West Airlines. Call signs could be straightforward or creative, and this is no different in the Asia Pacific. Of them, Taiwan-based China Airlines call sign is Dynasty, which differentiates itself from the mainland Chinese carriers, which China disputes its claim on the island. Another place where we see airlines with unique call signs is in Hong Kong, where Cathay Pacific's Cathay Dragon subsidiary uses the call sign Dragon, referring to the roots of the carrier which started off as Dragon Air. While Hong Kong Airlines has one of the more unique ones with Bohemia, named after a family of flowers, though this has a cultural significance as the Bohemia is used as a symbol of Hong Kong from the time as a British colony and today is the symbol used on the Hong Kong flag. Some of the rather interesting call signs have come about from the various budget airlines serving the region. While Indonesia's Lion Air uses Lion Inter, its Thai-based subsidiary Thai Lion Air's call sign is Mentari, which is translated to sun in Indonesian. Also, some of the subsidiaries of the Jetstar Group ceased the use of Pacific Airlines for Jetstar Pacific in Vietnam, and Orange Liner for Jetstar Japan operations. And then there is the AirAsia Group, which actually uses a lot of red in their call signs. AirAsia Berhad, the Malaysia-based operation, has its call sign as Red Cap, which, while there is no official backstory, seems to refer to the use of a red cap of AirAsia branding used by Tony Fernandez when he goes around at public events marketing the airline. We also see the reference to the red AirAsia colors, with Cool Red for Philippine AirAsia and Red Knight in India. For its Indonesian operation, Indonesia AirAsia uses the call sign Wagon Air, a nod to its roots as it started off before becoming an AirAsia affiliate as Air Wagon International in 1999. Other peculiar call signs that AirAsia has within its group airlines include Wings Asia in Japan and Express Wing for Thai AirAsia X. And then there is Xanadu, used as the call sign for AirAsia X. Again, there is no official backstory to this, though a quick Google search of this will yield search results including a not-so-great movie and Kublai Khan's capital in China during the Yuan dynasty. These are just some call signs from the Asia Pacific that caught my attention, and there are probably many more that you may be aware of. Of those mentioned in this video, Xanadu is definitely one of my favorites, and I'm sure this does catch the attention of air traffic controllers and those listening on radio alike. With many more around the world, I definitely would love to hear your take on these call signs, especially if you have more knowledge of the backstory of how these call signs came about, and your personal favorite. I definitely hope you enjoyed this video. This has been another edition of Flights in Asia. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, thank you for watching and have a great day.